It's MFL action live from Tokyo, Japan at the world-famous Krokyo Dome. And the Terminators are being oiled and charged up in anticipation of a successful campaign today.
Oh, that sounds like me at the Geisha House massage parlor last night, Grim.
Happy ending?
Well, if you mean getting tossed into the piranha tank in the lobby, yes, then very happy, Grim. Very happy ending.
And today's matchup is going to be a good one. The teams are taking the field. The Hexxon Oilers take on the Tokyo Terminators. Hi, this is Grim Blitzrow, and welcome to the Mutant Football League. We'll be right back for kickoff, but first, let's listen in on the pregame speech. It's time to turn on, tune in, and get your mutant buzz on. Hi everyone, Grim Blitzrow here. It's MFL game day, and you know what that means.
Yeah, the town will be in flames tonight, and half the city's population will be sliding down greased street poles and eating all-you-can-eat horse-shit buffets from the curb.
Yes, victory can be bittersweet sometimes, Bricks. Let's see if the home team can light up this town like a Roman candle. Oh, he almost broke that one wide open.
And whoever said never hit a man when he's down is just plain lazy. Nice extra effort there.
And that'll bring up 2nd and 1.
Hot 1, hot 2, hot, 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 hot.
And this guy runs angry and runs hard. First down. Oh, you knew you were going to see a lot of carnage today, folks. These teams have bad blood between them. Apparently, they got it from the same bloodmobile that usually parks outside next to the taco truck. Raccoon rabies blood is my thought. Always a player's favorite. And he picks up maybe 4 on that play. Boom, dead and down. Nothing more to say about this guy except maybe a eulogy.
Well, he was a violent alcoholic, a terrible father, and he did some nasty things to dogs. But, I mean, he was a great ball player. You know, that's really what counts at the end of the day, right?
He had it for a second there. Third down and 6. And that's a nice run for a first down. And it's 1st and 10. They just called an audible on defense. Offense hopes it's not a dirty trick. That gets me every time. Like a jack in the box, Bricks. You never know when one of those hot potatoes is going to blow. You just crap your pants, Junior. They just called an audible on defense. Offense hopes it's not a dirty trick. And he breaks through for a touchdown. Listen to this crowd.
Is that right, Grim? That penalty makes no sense.
Hey, something ain't kosher here, and I'm not talking about the corned beef with extra mayo. And this is a 1st and long. And they've had enough. The offense jumps on sides and attacks the ref. And the ref somehow escapes the onslaught. Here comes the penalty. First down and forever. Offense says it's time to put the ref out of his misery. First down and a mile. He picks up a 2. Second down and ain't gonna happen, partner. A great throw and a great catch, but sadly to the wrong team. Oh, what a punishment. astonishing hit that was. And that's how you make a guy remember your name and your shoe size. Because he just walked all over him. And it's 1st and 10. And he's able to grab that one somehow and hold on for the first down.
This guy has a nice set of hands, Grim.
And so at the end of the first quarter, we've got a scoreless game.
Just like you love life.
1st down and 7. The quarterback changes the play.
He's so indecisive.
Oh, great throw! Great catch! And that puts 6 points on the board.
The defense could do anything to stop a throw that good, Grim. You mean aside from bribing the ref, killing the quarterback, or actually playing some D?
They're going for 2 points. And he runs it in for an easy 2 points. The momentum in this game may be shifting.
Oh, those are just my balls. Hey, thanks for sharing, Bricks.
The teams are lined up for the kickoff. He's going to be able to run this one back.
I wonder if the kicker was setting up an easy kill.
Pow! With the brain scrambler. And it's 1st and 10. Kabam! And the defender just lays a vicious hit on the receiver and jars the ball loose. Second down and 10. He is rolling thunder and pouring pain. It's his hand. He just laid the wood on him on that one and knocked the ball out. And he was hitting mid-hurdle and fumbles the ball. Oh, and he breaks free and has nothing but open field in front of him. And it's 1st and 10. A big hit. Hey, Bricks, I bet you took a lot of shots like that over your career.
Let's see. About a quarter after 3, Grim, but my watch is a bit slow. You know, this berserk dirty trick ain't fair to the QB. It's like inviting an ant.
Oh, big catch, big run, big touchdown.
Big deal. Mr. Meat for Brace ran with a ball and didn't fall down.
Hey, Bricks, they're going for 2 here. Get your motor running. That's chainsaw time. And he gets into the end zone for the conversion. The home team is feeling confident as they get the kickoff into the air.
Scoring makes anyone confident.
It certainly does, Bricks. It certainly does. High five. It's 1st and 10. And they just popped his eyes into the back of his head. That quarterback's going to be hurting, or dead, or worse. Second down and a lot. And we're at the 2-minute warning, folks. Stay tuned for the halftime show. Second down and a very lot. They just called an audible on defense. Offense hopes it's not a dirty trick. Nice run for 5 yards. The quarterback calls a timeout to stop the clock. They have 2 left. And that'll bring him 3rd down and 7. First down! He was not going to drop that one. They need to make him a target more often. The quarterback is controlling the clock like the clock is into it. I know I am. And it's 1st and 10. Oh, the defender just knocked the ball loose. No, that'll wake you up. Then put you to sleep permanently.
You snooze, you lose. Unless you're in a sleeping contest.
2nd down and 10. Right rage ignites that deep down violent rage, and the ball hits the field incomplete.
He threw it when no one could catch it. Some teams like that in the quarterback.
3rd down and 10.
First down! I see this guy drop.
Oh, man, he just went off the rails of a crazy train and murdered that guy. Gotta love it.
He should bite his head off for an encore, Grim.
1st down and 3. Touchdown! Oh, he ran through those defenders like a greased turkey.
Actually, he does have some turkeys get rafted on his backside from that bad burn he had last year.
Oh, shit. Don't want to make any mistakes here. Just kick the ball through the upright, for God's sake. The kick is good.
As expected, those are pretty much just gimmies.
They need a good return here to set up the offense. Just catch it, run it back, and don't die. Oh, good run. He nearly broke it open, Bricks.
Yeah, and I nearly blew 3 times the legal limit last night leaving the stadium. And I nearly did not get arrested, get thrown face first into a paddy wagon, and get taken for a rough ride.
You never know if it's a regular audible or if they're going to call a dirty trick. 4 yards on that one, and he was just starting to pick up some speed.
Hey, Grim, I know a guy if that's what you're after.
2nd down and 6. He doesn't like what he sees, so he's calling an audible. First, the offense calls a timeout. This is why you save your timeouts. You can use them in the 2-minute warning.
Now I get it. Makes sense, Grim.
1st and 8 to go. He doesn't like what he sees, so he's calling an audible.
Yeah, she's the guy with the big ass.
Wow, the quarterback passes for a touchdown. Don't try to get fancy here. Just put the ball down and kick it.
Is that order, Grim?
It goes right through.
Yeah, like a double-stuffed burrito from Taco Hell.
And that's the end of the 2nd quarter. Someone will need to put welcome to the Go get those reps, partner. Oh, sweet pickup. You just brought yourself some time, partner. Oh, he'll need that. All right, he's back in business. Only 10 seconds left. Don't die now. He's got more ammo. You won the bonus and get a resurrection dirty trick. You didn't just win, you dominated.
You could say they zombinated.
Well, the 3rd quarter coming up. Bricks, this game has been a hot mess so far.
Yeah, kind of like the morning after eating hot chicken wings. It's a hot mess on the exit ramp, if you know what I mean.
They're going to be able to return this one. And he just wrestles away from that tackle. And they needed that big run right there, Bricks.
They sure fucking did, Grim. They sure fucking did.
First and 4. And the crowd goes wild. Touchdown! Touchdown! Well, a little chip shot here, extra point, but this guy could blow it. It's good. Here comes the kicker.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. What's the kicker, Grim?
This guy in the field.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me a story like, here's the kicker. When I turned on the light, it wasn't a frog in my bed. It was a chip wearing a wig.
And it's first and 10. Well, he just heard footsteps and took his eye off the ball.
What a peckerhead. Take the ball, asshole.
Second down and 10. If you don't think you can make the interception, batting it down is the next best thing.
Great advice, Grim. That receiver's going to go far in this league if he listens to you.
I wasn't talking to... never mind. Yes, Brick, he will. Third down and 10. And that's a sack. The quarterback has to get rid of the ball there. You know, sometimes the best thing to do is just punt and let your defense get the ball back. And he got it off. That's a decent punt. The return man catches the ball and heads upfield. Boom, dead and down.
He delivered the freaky fast hammer sandwich with extra mustard for the death blow. Speaking of ham sandwiches, I'm gonna go grab one. You want anything?
Now,
You know what they say, Grim? Step on a crack, break your mother's back. Step on a mine. I forgot how the rest of that goes.
yeah, I don't know either, but scratch another player from the roster because he stepped on a mine and exploded his spine. You know, this should be easy, but with kickers, you never know. The kick is good.
As expected, those are pretty much just gimmies.
When you get knocked down, you got to get right back up and fight.
What about when you get knocked up? What do you do then? Run.
He is fighting for every yard. And it's first and 10. Oh, man, he just laid the wood on that guy.
Yeah, if you're gonna hit a guy that hard, you should at least kill him. Do him a favor. Look at this shot.
Second down and 2. And now the quarterback calls an audible.
Wow, looks like he actually didn't fall asleep in the film room this week.
Yeah, man. Third down and 6. He doesn't like what he sees, so chainsaws really have a way of extending the red zone on account of all that blood. Call that about a 6-yard gain.
Hey, do me a favor. If my parole officer calls, I was with you last night, Bricks. No problem. I spent the night in lockup for solicitation.
Now here, I would put the ball in my hand, pick off my hand, and throw it for a yard. That counts, right? I'm still holding the ball.
Yep. They needed a yard and got nothing. The defense shuts them down.
Well, just like my wife did last night when I was begging for some happy time.
And it's first and 10.
Don't you just love the sound of bones snapping and cracking? I mean, when they're not your own.
And it's first and 10. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. They'll need to fire on all cylinders to make a comeback in the final quarter. And there's another pick. Man, this quarterback must have learned a lot about sharing when he was in school. And he breaks away. Oh, nice hit. And it's 1st and 10. The QB keeps the defense guessing by calling an audible at the line.
One time, when I was playing, a guy hit me so hard, I went into a dark tunnel. Thought I saw my grandparents waving at me in the light. Turns out it was just the visitor's tunnel that he knocked me into, and it was the typical quarterback calling an audible because he thinks he's so much smarter than his coach.
His cleats are caked in blood and guts, and he's looking to score. And he snatches that one out of the air for a 1st down. See if they can get something going here. 1st down and 6. This is your brain, and this is your brain on. Oh, great catch! And that's a touchdown! Touchdown! Don't make any mistakes here, or they'll kick the shit out of you in the locker room. It goes right through.
Yeah, like a double-stuffed burrito from Taco Hell.
The best kind of kick is when it's right after a score.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm usually the one who gets kicked after scoring.
And the hurry-up offense wears out the defense since they can't. Defense calls an audible.
Maybe they rehearsed it for a musical. You never know, Grim. You never know.
Oh, and the quarterback threads the needle for a 1st down. And it's 1st and 2 minutes left in the game. Hang on. And the quarterback goes into a hurry-up offense and calls all the plays from the line of scrimmage from here on out. Oh, and that's how you play defense. Of course, he could have had an interception, returned it for a touchdown to change the entire game, but I don't want to nitpick. The offense changes the pace by going into a...
When the defense calls an audible, you'll know they're gunning for someone.
And he stayed with the receiver and deflected the ball. Third down and 10. That ball just sliced through the defense like butter.
I wish defenses were made out of butter. That'd be fantastic.
And he's off to the races. Hey, Bricks, check the rule book. Is that a penalty?
Why would I have the rule book? Oh, for fuck's sake.
3rd down and long. And the offense jumps off sides to kill the ref. They say, we're mad as hell and not going to take it anymore. And the ref runs out of bounds and manages to survive somehow.
At least for another 40 seconds.
3rd down, and offense says it's time to put the ref out of his misery.
There's a lot of pressure on you when you ref in the NFL. You go through 3 interviews and they measure you up and down to see if you're a perfect fit.
Yeah, for a casket. 3rd down, and the QB is saying his prayers. It's hard for the D to call an audible before the offense. Hey, kids, do you remember getting... Oh, welcome to Fumbletown, USA. Population, this guy. Well, he should be more careful when he hurdles. Well, this should be an easy chip shot extra point, but you never know. It's a fake kick. And perfect pass for 2 points. That's a piece of art right there, Bricks.
Yeah, Grim. The QB turned the defense into an abject mess.
onside here, and the return team is ready for it. No surprises here.
He scores!
Okay, nice and easy like a 2-foot putt.
You miss 2-foot putts all the time, Grim.
It's good. The kicker's going to have to kick the ball just right so his team can recover it. And that, ladies and mutants, is how you recover an onside kick. And it's 1st and 10. I hope you covered your ears, Briggs, because that was a sonic... He did it! He scores! And with that amazing run, he bursts through the end zone for 6. Well, why go for 1 when you could go for 2?
It's always been my philosophy, but Briggs can't even get 1. Oh.
No one was going to stop him. That's 2 points. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going and keep these fans happy and or bloodthirsty, whichever. Oh, with the brutal hit. In a hurry-up offense, there is no huddle, so neither team can put their players on the bench. Talk about butterfingers, he should have had that one. The offense wants to speed things up, so it signals a hurry-up.
Same as Briggs' ex-girlfriend signaled when they were doing it.
Well, that was a good throw.
Yeah, if he was aiming for the ground.
And the hurry-up offense wears out the defense since they just called an audible on defense. Offense hopes it's not a dirty trick. Too little, too late. Under 2 minutes, a timeout means the QB is playing beat the clock, and he better win. The quarterback shifts gears and goes into his hurry-up offense. And that was well played. The defense anticipated a pass and put an end to the offense's drive. Not tonight, fellas. When in a hurry-up offense, the offense needs to run out of bounds or take a timeout to stop the clock. And they stop the clock with their first timeout to try and stay in this game.
Oh, nice coaching move there. Hall of Fame caliber.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty standard coaching move at this point of the game.
I won't listen to this blasphemy.
And it's 1st and 10. Oh, and did he just put on a display there? Touchdown! And here comes the extra point attempt. The kick is good.
And as expected, those are pretty much just...
The Tokyo Terminators win the game today. Folks, this wasn't even close. It was a total shellacking, like watching a knife cut through butter.
More like an axe through butter, Grim. More like a chainsaw through baby shit. Because that pretty much describes what we just saw.
And the MVP of today's game is just about to speak. As soon as he gets his jaw back in place. Nope, there he's got it now. Yep. Grim Blitzrow with Brickhead Mulligan and Bricks Jr. and all the folks at Eagle SN want to thank you for watching this presentation of the Mutant